Welcome back to the Queen City Jamboree as we have game number 5, our third of the night here on Manchester Public Television. And now we'll see the Memorial Crusaders versus the Pelham Pythons. My name is Kyle Heavey for Manchester Public Television. Welcome back. It's been a long night here, and we still got 2 more games to go. And along with me is Coach Tom Bazoin. A long rain delay in the last game between Bedford and Pinkerton, but we're back to seeing what will happen here between a really good Division II team versus a Memorial squad that made the playoffs last year, won a home game playoff game for the first time in many, many moons, and now a great way to see how your team is looking versus a team in Pelham that hadn't lost in 5 years, Coach.
Yeah, it was an amazing run that they had. Memorial is a bigger team. I think they're going to have the advantage there, but Pelham's always tough kids, man. They get to the football, and they just, year after year, they're prominent.
Hey.
So, yeah, let's see what happens.
It's both teams rocking a blue and white. For the Memorial Crusaders, they have the white pants, blue jerseys, and white helmet. And for Pelham, they'll have the all-white, but obviously a great way to showcase who's ready for the regular season, and we're excited to be here to see what's going to happen. Thankfully, no rain in the forecast for the rest of the night, Coach, so we should be able to get this one in and have a good time here. Great to see all the Manchester teams able to play tonight. And for Memorial, obviously you just saw the captains out there. We got Jacob Schuff, Anil Pena Ramirez, and Jack Paradise, who have all been a crucial part to the Memorial Crusaders' success.
Yeah, and they got a lot of returning players, and they worked really hard in the offseason. So I think that it's going to be an improvement off of last year.
Yeah, I've been hearing that the weight room has been packed with sometimes 40 kids getting ready to get this season going and return to the playoffs, as they will start next Friday night at home versus Providence Central, a Rhode Island squad. And now it looks like Memorial having some issues. It looks like they might need one more.
Yeah, we're going back to the special team stuff that we talked about, getting ready for this little jamboree with special teams. So, but they'll be okay. They're getting out there now. And that Lightning, if anybody doesn't know the rules, once they get another strike, you have to wait another 30 minutes. So, we had quite the delay in a couple of games. They stopped the first game, and then, the last game got delayed quite a while, and then these guys got to get out there and get loose too. So we're ready to go here.
Yeah, Memorial will be kicking off from the right to the left, while Pelham will get the ball for the start of this game, and a pretty good kick that will drop right at the 20. A return here for the Pythons. Gets some room, gets to the 30, tries to cut back and loses his footing and goes down at the 31-yard line. And already some little bit of excitement between both teams, as we'll see if the energy will stay this long. Obviously, they've been waiting a number of hours here to play this game. This game was supposed to start at 7:30. It is now sitting at 9:18 p.m. So they've been, through 2 rain delays here.
Plus, they're here an hour before, so they were ready to go, and it happens,
Well, Pelham will have a 1st and 10 from the 31-yard line. A QB draw right here, and he's going to be swallowed up and taken down, and maybe got a yard gain on that, but Memorial seemed to be very ready there.
Yeah, and the difference is going to be the size up front. From Memorial, Pelham's not going to see. We talked about this earlier about the D1, D2. They're all football players and they're all tough kids, but there's a size difference when you get to Memorial, and if you look at the sidelines, even, Memorial's got almost twice the kids that Pelham has.
Which is a great thing to see, that the Crusaders are really stacked all around. And for quarterback Kevin Hardy, he's rolling out, throws it, and it's going to be complete. This will be a 1st down, still on his feet, and gets across the half field 50-yard line, and will get a 1st down for the Pythons.
Yeah, that's a nice little rollout, and I found out he was lefty. I didn't see him warming up, so nice little pass and 1st down.
Yeah, Kevin Hardy also plays safety on defense, so we're going to see a lot of Mr. Hardy here. And now at the 49-yard line go the Pythons, man in motion, And it's going to be another handoff to the running back, and he's going to be brought down for roughly about a 2-yard gain, maybe 1 yard. We'll see where they spot it. And now we got a flag thrown, so possibly an unsportsmanlike conduct. And both coaches might get a little frustrated if that continues.
Yeah, hopefully not. Memorial had their issues with that last year. It's not starting out good again this year. They did definitely have issues with that overzealousness at times, and it cost them a couple of times.
We were able to see a number of really good games last year for Memorial. The Dover game really comes to mind.
Yeah, that was a fun game. That was probably one of my funner games I ever did. It was a good time. And then we had the one at West where it was a last-minute touchdown, right?
Yeah, I think it was a Hanover win.
It got them to the playoffs. It got them to make the playoffs. So it was, I think there was some good football in Manchester last year, and I think it's going to improve now.
Well, little handoff, but a sea of blue right there brings down Ben Maslenik, and it will be second down and long here. And now, not sure if, we'll see what Memorial does. Maybe a bend and not break type thing.
Yeah, I mean, that was just one big play for Pelham so far. So far they stopped the run pretty well.
And now, again, up the middle, and I can hear the Central team warming up. I was hearing the counting going on behind us, and kind of a strange thing to hear one team warming up as we're watching two teams out on the field.
Yeah, and they've been waiting quite a while too. So they're hanging around waiting to go, and now finally get to warm up. They're getting their juices flowing.
Now, Coach Rob Sturgis for Memorial, very happy with his team, as now, look at this, a nice stop on the run again on 3rd and long, and Pelham will see if they go for it on 4th down. It's going to be 4th and 10.
Yeah, and that was Darius Rodriguez plugging up the hole there, 99, and linebackers came in and flowed. They got some quickness out there on defense with Schuff and Ledham Adamade. I mean, that kid can fly to the ball. And so they have some experience coming back on defense and also on offense. So it'd be interesting to see how they're doing with their triple.
Going forward on 4th, and it is absolutely stopped. A big loss right there, and now we will have a turnover on downs.
And that's sophomore Xavier Monroe. And Memorial's been doing that as of late the last couple of years, coming up with sophomores making big plays in varsity games, and then, eventually, those kids are going to get older and more experience, and now that's starting to happen. So let's see how they move the ball.
Well, now it will be the Crusaders on 1st and 10, and we'll see what they can do with quarterback Alex Sutherland behind center here for his first year. As now the ball is dropped, picked up, and Sutherland is going to be brought down in a near turnover there, but at least able to get the ball, and they'll figure it out.
I couldn't tell I think he bobbled it from the exchange, and then he went to go. That's an option play, so the back went through like he's supposed to, and it kind of bumped into the ball. He was lucky to get it back, actually.
Very lucky right there, and now we'll see what 2nd and long will bring, as just a loss of 1 on the play, but not what Coach Sturgis really wanted to see here. But at the same time, it's the first play. It's not an interception like we saw back in the Salem Trinity game earlier in this evening.
But you never want to see negative plays in the triple option, especially on 1st down. You always want to be going forward, even if it's 1-2 yards. Go forward, because as you get in 2nd and 3rd and long, your options are limited.
And a whistle here is kind of a delay for a moment, as the officials saw something and wanted to make sure. And now a run and play right here, and a couple yard gain, looks like, by Gabriel Felch.
And Felch is going to take the place of Mo, who was the big-time back last year. And when Felch got in there last year, we often stated that they didn't lose a lot, because he really knew the offense and he was really hitting the hole. And he hit the hole a lot quicker right there than he did last year. So he's going to be a force, I think, this year.
Well, it's certainly a big spot for him to be in. It's big shoes to fill, but as you said, when he came in last year, he was a big part.
Yeah.
And now it's going to be even more work for him this year, but he seems to be ready for it. Now Sutherland throws it, quick pass, able to find his man, and Joel Gomez, who plays basketball, if I remember correctly. I said his name a lot this past season.
Yeah, I think I remember that.
Yeah, so
yeah.
The junior tight end with the reception, and the chain gang starts moving from east to west, and we'll get a first down for Memorial.
Junior's an exceptional athlete, basketball player and football player, but he's got size, his hands are big, he can move around, he can catch anything that's near him. So when they decide to throw it, he's going to be the target most of the time, him or Schuff.
Well, halfway through this opening half here, still scoreless, and Sutherland takes the ball. Nice little trickery here and is able to gain about 4 yards.
That's part of the triple option right there. So, he can keep it or pitch it to Schuff right there. And he has to make that read, and you got to make it quick. And it's how many reps you get during the preseason, whether you can read or not. He did a really nice job there.
Well, Sutherland out there as well as Jacob Schuff, and we'll see what Gomez brings to the table as well, as you know that one of these three will most likely be a big part of this offense in each play.
Yeah, and Torres as well. So Torres is going to be a big part of it as well. So they have the weapons, and they have the experience now.
Well, on a 2nd and 5, a handoff up the middle with some steam, and now it's going to be about a gain of 2 or 3. So it's going to be about a 3rd and 3, and well, that's triple option.
And that's what you're doing. You're just using clock. And as long as you're going forward, you're good. Now you're going to suck them all in the middle, and that's when you're going to try to hit the edge with Schuff and Torres. So that's what you're going to see. You're going to see them try to suck Pelham into the middle, but keep diving, and then they'll get to the edge eventually.
And at the same time, that Gomez has some height, so
yeah,
we'll look to see if they have a play to throw it up to him. Now a little pitch out, trying to find some room, gets the first down and more, and finally brought down at about the 36-yard line. Great play right there that worked to perfection, and Jathan Torres able to get that first down.
Yeah, and Torres has patience as a running back. He let the play set up. He stuck his foot in the ground and made the cut there. So that's what I was just talking about. This is the type of offense you do. You try to bang, 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 lull them to sleep inside, and then take the edge. And that's what they did last year, and that's what they get success. And now they have these 2 backs are experienced. And
see what type of play here. No one out wide, everyone in deep, man in motion. And Sutherland's actually going to pass down the middle. Look at that. Oh, my. Oh, we're going to wish for that one back as it was wide open. Schuff knows that he's got to have that.
Yeah, that's actually Junior Gomez.
Oh, it's Gomez, sorry.
Yeah. And, he's got the gloves on, and he's wiping off the gloves after. I think, is there a flag anyways? Is that a flag there?
Yeah, the flag is down now that you mentioned that. So, obviously, the play would not have happened, but at the same time, it could go against the Python. So, we'll wait to see what the official says. And it's going to be a holding call.
And that's a little new twist. They didn't use that play action type stuff last year, and that's probably something new that they just want to get Gomez in open space. And he kind of dropped that one, but it wouldn't have mattered anyway. So
yeah,
he can shake it off.
Yeah, especially knowing that it wouldn't have gotten anywhere.
No,
the play would have been called back.
The throw was kind of in his defense. The throw was kind of behind him, and he was in full stride. And sometimes when you turn around like that, you kind of lose your eyes at night under the lights, and that's probably what happened to him there.
I mean,
he'll catch that 99 times out of 100.
Think about Wes Welker. He's known for a drop more than the catches that he had in his career. And now a pitch out, has a lane, but a great job on he still stayed on his feet, inbounds for a few yards, but I thought it was a great job by that Python safety to get there.
Yeah, they strung it out good.
Very impressive, but
yeah, he didn't get much, did he?
No,
it looked like he got probably 5, but he only got 1 or 2 there. And that's what I'm talking about with Pelham. No matter what their size and no matter who the kids are out there, they get to the football. And I had many battles with them over the years when I was at Campbell, when I was at West. And they always have the same type of kids. They just get to the ball, and they're hungry and they're tackle football players. They're, the kind of kids you want to coach.
Well, 2nd and 18 are the Crusaders. Still a scoreless game. 4:18 to go in this opening half, and it looks like a possible false start there.
Yeah, the snap was late. Yeah,
and now the ball will go back even further. It'll be about a 2nd and 23, if I do my math correctly here. We'll let the officials decide where the ball is placed, but it's kind of glad to see where they need to work. It's
and again, it goes back to going backwards. You can't have negative plays in this offense. It's tough to make it up once you do. They're not in a spread offense where they're going to come out and gun it like we saw earlier with BG, right? With them running the spread. It's a total different game here.
Well, back to the 50-yard line they go. 2nd and 23, like I said, and now we got to see if Sutherland's arm is warmed up here, I'm assuming, or they will have something set up. Now a little draw play he's going to take on and gets about 7 yards on that. So it'll be 3rd and 15, and now it's just a matter of, can you get close enough and do you go for it on 4th down, or do you take out the punt team?
Yeah, they'll probably go. I mean, they're on that side of the field. And that was another nice job by Sutherland. It's a read play, so he's reading, that end, and the end went out, so he went in. So, on a normal 1st down and 10 right there, that's a good play. But, they're trying to make up the yardage now. It's going to be a little tough. They're probably going to have to throw it here, I would imagine.
Well, let's see what Coach Sturgis has drawn up here. We were able to have the coordinators in here before the game because they couldn't get into their booths, so it was kind of nice to see that you knew some of the other coaches for Memorial.
Yeah. I mean, I was just there coaching hoop.
Now, it was a run play.
Yeah, same plays.
And
triple option. So he's kept it so far. He really hasn't pitched it yet. Now they are going to punt. So, yeah, it's a good move to punt here. I mean, if you're 4th and inside the chains, like 9 or 8, then okay. But, not this long.
Yeah, they
try to pin them down and then play some defense, and you get the ball back.
Got to be proud a little bit of that drive. They were able to get some yards on it. Just a tough couple penalties that really stalled it.
Yeah.
And now, Pelham has some players down at about the 8-yard line, so we'll see what type of punt Memorial has in store. Try to get a number on the kicker. Looks like it's
11.
11. That's what I saw too, and tough to see from this angle. But
Metarik Mabamba,
a junior here, so we'll see what Mamba can do here. Good snap and a kick, almost blocked. And will that be a roughing the kicker?
Yeah.
It is. So the kick got down to the 20-yard line. I don't think that. I'm not sure what they're going to say if that's 15 yards, because that would make a 1st down.
If it's roughing, then it's 15, yes.
So, referee right there.
Personal foul, yeah, so roughing. So, yeah, we're going to have.
And it will be a 1st down. So, a big mistake from Pelham. And now Memorial will get a 1st and 10 from, let's see where they place the ball at this moment.
And, the kid almost got that. So, it was a mistake, but also, he almost blocked it. So if he would have got his fingertips on it, then that call is null and void. So, you want to say it's a mistake, but if you had a block on, then, that you're taking that kind of chance. And it looks like they did have a block on there.
I mean, the Patriots were very good at blocking kicks for a little bit, and you see more from an angle and straight up like that.
Right.
Because that way you can avoid hitting the kicker. But
it almost looked like it went through his hands.
I was
through his arms.
Well, a 1st and 10, and that was a big one, Buzz, as that brings us down to the 26-yard line. So Memorial pleased with that, as they will get a chance to continue this opening drive for themselves.
Let's see if they can, just get positive yardage on 1st down, and that's what you want to do.
We'll set up. Handoff. It's going to be spun around and down. Couple yard gain, I would say about 3 yards. And
Gabe's doing his job. He's going forward all the time, and even at the end with the tackle, you always teach your backs to go forward even when you're going down, because you're going to get an extra yard. Then look at that. Did that look like much? But it was 4 yards, right?
It's all at the same time. You want to get closer and closer, and that's what they are doing here, as we are almost under a minute in this first half, still scoreless between the Crusaders and the Pythons. And I was talking to some of the Python players, and they obviously want to start another streak. And this is a good way to see if they're able and ready to do this here on this opening night of the football season, this Jamboree. Backwards pass and able to still get around. What a play right there by Torres. And my goodness, Buzz, that was actually impressive.
And I'm trying to get used to Torres wearing number 12, because he had, I think he was 15 last year. So But you see the patience when he runs. He's running fast, but he's also, reading the field and making his cuts. And sometimes, when you slow down a little bit and you make that cut, it throws the defender off. And he's done that a couple times when he's had the ball so far.
Well, 1st and 10 from the 13-yard line inside the red zone are the Crusaders. 46 seconds to go. And I was able to see that Ryan Nightingale, their tight end, comes in to the game. Let's see if that's kind of a sign that they are going to possibly hit up number 87. Instead, they're going to run it. Nice spin move and able to get some yards inside the 10. Go the Crusaders. And you could see the excitement there from Gabe, as he is, can kind of flex it in some ways right there.
Yeah, he was good at hitting the hole last year. He's a lot quicker this year. And he must have put some work in, and he's hitting the hole hard and fast. So there was some question, is he going to be able to fill Mo's shoes? And I think he's quicker than Mo was. Mo was a truck, but he's a little quicker, this kid.
Well, Felch back in the backfield. 7 seconds to go. This will be the last play, and it looks like Pythons read that perfectly. The ball is out and picked up by the Pythons, and with no time left on the clock in the first half, the Pythons get a big turnover here, and we will go into the somewhat halftime, I guess you can call that.
So yeah, that's part of the triple where you got to, quickly pull it out and pitch it. That's almost impossible, because he was in a situation there where, Pelham read it. They read the side it was going to go on. That's going to happen once in a while. You just got to hold on to the football, and it escaped them there. So, it's part of the game, and let's get back on D and see what you can do on defense.
Well, the offensive coordinator, Jordan D'Onofrio, will certainly be not pleased with that, as a turnover inside the red zone is nothing that you ever want to see from your offense. So now we'll switch sides, as Pelham will now be going left to right across your screen, while Memorial will be going, Memorial will be going left to right, and Pelham will be going right to left, as it will be a 1st and 10. But Memorial's defense, they did have a nice couple stops in that first drive, and just after so much effort, it's tough to come up with a goose egg.
Yeah. It happens with that offense. So once in a while, you either get in a groove and you go right down the field, or sometimes it takes a while to get in the groove. And once you do, then you're clicking. But looks like they're still trying to find themselves a little bit. And they got another week, and actually next week's game is a out-of-conference game, right? They're playing an out-of-state team, so that helps them too. So they'll have an extra week to kind of
Now, this is a game that Coach D'Onofrio wants revenge for. He
Yeah.
lost last year on a play that just did not work. Nice run up the gut, but it's stopped by Memorial. And you could see this. We kind of talked about it the other way. Last game between West and BG, there is a big size difference here between this D1, D2 squad.
Yeah, and it wasn't as much with West and BG, but BG has some athletes, huh?
Well,
so far,
do.
that quarterback is the player of the night from what I've seen.
Pena Ramirez and Paradise clogging the holes pretty well in the middle, and now we'll see. Coming back, able to find a little bit of space, and now brought down, and that is a number of pounds that just fell on that running back.
Yeah, they're really clogging it up front, and it's allowing the backers to really flow. Those guys are, they're veterans. Pena Ramirez is a senior now, and he's been starting for a while, and he's a tough kid, man.
A flag on the play, so we'll wait to see what the official will say it here, as he's having a talk with a number of his cohorts as they want to get this right. And
it's usually an illegal formation if this guy threw it. This sideline judge threw it over here.
But my guess is it half the distance to the goal at this point? I mean, it's
let's see. Oh, we got a personal foul.
Oh, and second one of the day on Memorial, and this will give Pelham a first down and plenty of room to breathe a little bit now.
I feel like we were having this same conversation this time last year, and Memorial was having the same type of thing happening to them, and it continued on throughout the season, where in key times they got a late hit or mouthing off or doing whatever. So they need to draw that up quick, and they can't have that happen in the regular season, because this is twice now they gave the other team a first down.
Well, 1st and 10 from the 29, and rolling out is Hardy. Going to release, finds his man, and is able to get some positive yards. Yak after the catch right there, and that will be good for another first down for the Pelham Pythons.
Now it's a little waggle play that everybody flows to that side, and the quarterback rolls out and tries to find which level to throw it to, and looks like he's gone to 27 a couple times, and that's probably the connection over there.
A 22-yard gain right there, and now we'll see. The Pythons seem to be warmed up for sure, and Hardy seems to be able to roll out and pass really well. And a false start is a little bit of movement from the tight end, and now this will push the Pythons back about 5 yards. So both teams really just trying to get the feel for things.
Yeah, it looks like they were trying to go a little unbalanced there. They were shifting their tackle from one side to the other to try to go on balance and try to get Memorial. Sometimes you do that against a high school team, that their defensive front line won't shift, and that'll give a lane for the running back. But the tight end moved at the same time. You can't have that happen. It's two guys moving.
Well, now a 1st and 15. Pelham, again, trying to get something going here. A handoff here, and finds a lane, gets some yards, stays in bounds, and is across the 50 into the Memorial side of the field.
Yeah, Pelham's done a decent job offensively so far. They can't really get anything in the middle against those big Memorial linemen, but they've gotten to the edge okay.
Luke Draper is looking quite good in the running back role, as he was able to gain about 13, and now it is a 2nd and 2. Set up here, Brady Williams with a block. Oh, able to get one man to miss, but he is stopped at the line of scrimmage, and now it'll be 3rd and 2. Great job by Memorial to block them from getting anywhere.
Monroe was in the backfield quick, and he just made – he didn't make the play, didn't make the tackle, but he helped make the play, and he pushed it inside, and the help came quick. So let's see what they can do here. 2nd and Oh, it's 3rd down and 2.
Yeah, I was going to say, it should be 3rd and 2.
Yeah.
Sometimes you read the scoreboard wrong. We're all guilty of it.
Oh, yeah.
Now, man in motion, and it's going to be given to number 10, and that's one of the captains here, Brady Williams, and he is just inches short of the first down.
Got another flag.
And looking for it on the field. Oh, it's right there on the 50. Yeah. So my assumption is going to be a holding call on Pelham. We'll see what the referees decide.
That's where it was the point of attack was right there. So
if it's another personal foul on Memorial, I know Coach Sturgis is going to be making them run laps after this, and it will be a hold against the Pythons. So this is a long set of downs here, Buzz, as we keep going back and forth, and now it'll be a 3rd and 12 now.
So, we're looking at both 2 running teams here, so, the game's going to go a lot faster.
As we're down to 9 minutes remaining in this contest, still scoreless between these 2 big teams. And here, cowbell down below. There's a lot of fans right here tonight. A big throw by Hardy. He's able to connect, and it is complete for a first down. A big hit, number 7 right there. It looks like he is going to feel that tomorrow, and it's Captain Jacob Chafe here, looks like, to get that first down.
Yeah, I mean, Shuffle, he'll come up from his safety spot and really, he'll lay the lift. He's one of the only guys that they have that play both ways. They have 2 or 3 that play both ways, but they try to go offense, defense with these guys. They tried to do it for the last couple of years, but Shuff is too talented to keep on the sidelines. And
it was not a first down. I read that wrong. It's 4th and 4 here. Pelham going for it. The nice throw, and it is incomplete. And a turnover on downs. And you can see the Memorial sidelines pretty pumped to see that they have another chance. And now with 8:19 remaining, all they got to do is go down and score, and the defense seems to be up to the task so far in this contest, Buzz.
Yeah, defense has done a decent job, bend, don't break type stuff, and that was some good coverage there. They got caught a couple times, but in play action stuff, that was a straight back pass, and they had no problem covering that. So let's see if they can go forward here on first down and get some momentum going.
Chain gang not in place yet, so they're delaying things for a moment here, but now we seem to be good to go, as Memorial already in Pelham territory just by a few inches, but now taking it Sutherland, and he is down at about the 46-yard line, so a gain of about 3.
But he's had positive yards every time he's personally run the ball. So he's getting 4 or 5 at a whack, and that's all you need. That's perfect for if you're calling plays here in your head in this offense, then that's what you want to see on first down. Well, you'd love to see him break it for a touchdown.
Yeah, absolutely.
But other than that, you want to continue 3-4 yards at a whack and then wear the other team down.
Well, 2nd and 7 is official what we're looking at here, and Memorial wants to get something going. A nice change of direction, nice handoff in the middle, and again, more positive yards.
Yeah, I couldn't see who got that one. That wasn't one of their. That was number 8. So, yeah, Johan Salazar. So he's a senior. So I hadn't called his name yet. And that was a pretty good run.
Yeah, we've been trying to give as much love to all these different players as we can, but there's obviously we got to focus on who's getting the ball and where it's going. And now at 3rd and 3 here, as Memorial. Sutherland will take it himself, and a fight, but he's stood up, and it will be a 4th and short right there. Phenomenal job by, I believe it was number 27, to really hold him up and push him backwards.
Yeah, I mean, there was a lead blocker there, too, and he fought off the lead block and got to the tackle. And, another good effort by Sutherland, though. I like what I'm seeing with him running the football.
And it will be a first down.
So he's leaning forward, and he's doing what he's supposed to do at the end of the runs. And so far, all the backs have done that. And I think they're wearing them out inside, and I think they're going to get to the edge here with either Schuff or Torres or one of the other wings.
Well, I got to say, Ben Maslanik from number Pelham, number 27, that linebacker, he looks like he could be a stud in D2 this year from the way that he's doing things.
Yeah, both sides of the ball.
But either way, 1st and 10 from the 39-yard line, and Sutherland going to throw, looking to go deep, a long pass, and just over the head for an incomplete. Going for the end zone there. Love to see it, but just a little too much power on that throw.
I like to see the ball. Pelham had it covered nice. They had a guy underneath and a guy over the top. So the safety really did a really nice job there, because Junior doesn't need much room, just to get the ball in the area. He's a little upset that that didn't convert, but he'll get his.
Leovani Culpa, the cornerback on that play, and he was with him step by step. And now we'll have a 2nd down and 10. Still scoreless. Again, 6:06 remaining in this contest. It looks like the first one to put points on the board will most likely take this. And Memorial looking to get something going here. I'm assuming a run play here. And now the pitch out. It's lost, and Pelham recovers it, picks it up, and they get it at the 48-yard line. 2 drives here by Memorial ends with fumbles, and turnovers are hurting the Crusaders.
Yeah, so, Sutherland being a lefty and going to his right with that play, it's a little tougher to make that pitch. And Ledoux was the motion man there, and he hadn't done a lot of that last year. He played strictly defense last year, so that's kind of a new twist that they got going, because their wings, their starting wings that are in that motion are Torres and Schuff. And so, when they got different guys in there, sometimes it's all a timing thing with this offense, and the timing was a little off there, and that's what happens. The ball ends up on the ground.
1st and 10 for the Pythons at the 48-yard line. We'll see what Kevin Hardy has in store. It's going to be a handoff, and able to fight for some yards here, getting across midfield and now going the other way. And it's just kind of like a seesaw battle there, a little tug of war.
And that's our guy, 27. He's been their focal point so far for Pelham.
Yeah, I gotta give love again to Patrick Muse, as he looks like he is looking quite good here.
Well, there's a family.
Excuse me, Ben Maslanik.
Yeah, but it's funny you said Muse, because there's a family that has come through there. I think it's a 3rd or 4th one through Pelham. I remember playing against a couple of them.
Now, big long pass going deep and tapped out of bounds, and a great defensive play. A pass was attempted to get to Tyler Carvello, but broken up by the Crusaders, and well done there by Pharrell Theronseal. Sorry, Pharrell, if I messed up your last name. That's a tough one.
Call him Pharrell.
I like that.
It was good coverage. He's got to turn a little bit quicker to see the football. I think he turned a little late. But he was able to recover. So, his kids are such good athletes now that if they make a little mistake, they can recover with their athleticism.
And certainly that's what Pharrell was able to do there. But now a 3rd and 5, and another pass play, and incomplete. Memorial picked it up thinking that they're going to go the other way, but the play has been whistled. So the celebration is to be undone there, as it did was a forward pass, just was not handled cleanly. And now what do you do for Pelham? You kick it away, 5:11 to go. You're already at midfield.
Yeah, I mean, that's an interesting call, because you're 4th and about 5 or 6. Heads-up play by Memorial. I mean, why not? It was not that close. It was definitely a forward pass. But, from down there, you really can't tell. So, at least they're heads up, and they, if they had called it a lateral, then the kid was going to be gone. So. Yeah, they are going, unless they're going to try to get
4th and 5 here.
They might try to get them to jump off sides here. I don't know.
Interesting call by the Pythons. They got obviously some faith and confidence in their offense. And now waiting. No, gets a lane, and he will get the 1st down and more to the 30, to the 25, and finally brought down. There is some laundry on the field, as you see right there. Yeah, and the yellow flag is certainly not what Pelham was looking for, but it looks like they did get the first down.
Yeah, it's a block in the back, and so it'll be a first down, but 15 yards from there back. So
it'll be a 1st and 25, or
no,
you're just gonna go.
They're gonna mark
15
it,
yards back.
They're gonna mark it from there back. I think it's replay the down because it was a live ball. It wasn't a dead ball. So it's a live ball. It's not a personal foul. It's a block in the back.
Again, the Jamboree is a perfect example for the officials to figure out things that will be happening throughout this season. And a personal foul against Memorial.
No, he's pointing the wrong way.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah.
That's why I was like, what did we? All right, even the official just realized that he was in the wrong there.
Yeah.
Again.
That was a case of the Pelham blocker going to make the block, and this always drove me crazy on the sidelines. The Memorial kid kind of turned his back at the last minute to pursue, and that's when he got hit. And so, the Pelham player really, it wasn't anything malicious. He just, he went to go make a block, and the kid turned on him. So, you teach your kids, if you see the numbers in the back, then try to let up, but sometimes you just can't,
So
after
now all this,
fourth and a little bit longer than 5. So it was 5 before, now it's 8, right?
Yeah, so
now they're going to punt.
They will have the punt team come out, and it will be a turnover. Well, not a turnover, but the drive is stalled, and we'll see. Now the kicker moves backwards. Okay.
Yeah.
I was a little confused what was going on here.
They're missing a guy.
And now,
timeout.
You got to make sure you get yourself all squared away.
Yeah,
after
this
all
happened.
that.
Happened several times on special teams tonight, right? Because we talked about that earlier on how it's it's a quick window to get everything ready, and you got to make sure everything's ready, game ready, and so we get Schuff and Torres back deep, I think, for Memorial. See if they can make something happen here.
And this is going to be fun for Coach Sturgis and Coach D'Onofrio. Kind of a 4+ minutes to go the length of the field to just get any sort of points in this game. I don't think we're going to have any overtime tonight if they don't.
No. You don't in the Jamboree.
Obviously, we're at almost 10 o'clock at night, and we still have another game to go, which is a wild thing to think about here as we start this football 2025 season here as Manchester Public Television, along with Friday Night Lights. We got all sorts of different media. I know that the Union Leader was here. The WMUR was here for a while. So we're all here just to see what's going on here in the 2025 football season. And again, next up we'll have the Spartans and the Little Green, the battle of who likes to be green more. And hopefully the coaches don't get green after seeing some of their players and whatever that might happen. So, again, short.
Wow, it's a short snap here for
a
punt. It's a little pooch punt. And they don't have enough guys on the line, so that's a illegal formation.
Taken here by the Crusaders, trying to cut it upfield, and he's out of bounds. Will it be flagged for a late hit? It will be. And a extra 15 yards, and great job by the coaches to make sure that he does not go out there and, say something wrong to the Pelham. And that is a big penalty right there by the Pythons, who obviously they stopped him, and now they'll get an extra 15 yards after that late hit.
So they're going to decline the first one, which is illegal formation, and then they'll take the late hit.
So now they kind of want to discuss things.
There's your illegal formation. Yeah.
Well, so we're
going to go 15 from there, first down. And this will be their chance to drive it in or end with a tie.
Well, this has been certainly a quicker game than what we saw from the first two games.
I think everybody downstairs is happy with that.
Yeah, I think that a lot of us were not expecting to be here this late tonight.
Yeah, man, this is like past my bedtime.
Well, we'll try to keep the energy going as much as we can. And if Memorial can score here, this place will explode for sure, as it will be a nice, morale booster here to know that you're able to take down what has been an incredible run here by the Pelham Pythons. But again, a couple turnovers here by Memorial have not been very good, and a great stop there by the front line of Pelham, and we'll get a 2nd and 11 here.
And, that's what I talked about. Pelham kids get to the ball. It's like, they don't just expect one guy to make a tackle. They 4 or 5 guys make a tackle. So when you play in a game with them, you're going to know it the next day. So no matter what their size difference is, they're still going to hit.
Well, Victor Zanani was a big part in that stop on that first down. So now we'll see what Memorial has in store here. Again, clock running, and Sutherland's going to pitch it, and this is lost again. He's going to hold on to it this time, but more yards lost there on that play, and now
they got to get that down pat.
Quite long.
They haven't had that play go at all night. They used the underhanded pitch before with Colin last year to get to the edge, but so far they've just tried to use the option pitch. So I don't know if they have that in their arsenal or not, but it looks like they get kind of stuck in the throwing situation, and hate to be a broken record, but you got to be going forward in this, right?
Yeah,
and they've been going backwards a lot tonight, so they don't want to be in this 3rd and long. It's not comfortable in this offense.
2 consecutive backward plays right here, and now a 3rd and 13. And Sutherland backs up, looking, throwing, and intercepted. Pelham will get the ball, still on his feet, and now taken down at about the 46-yard line. 3 drives for Memorial, 3 turnovers. And Coach Tom Bazoin, you have been in this situation before,
both sides,
once or twice.
On both sides of it, yeah. And in there is what we're talking about, right? You don't want to be in 3rd and long. What you want to throw out of this offense is when the other team isn't expecting it. So, they expect you to run on 1st down, then that's when you'll throw the ball, and that's when you'll have success. But to be 3rd and long and a drop back passer, that's not in their game right now. And I could tell you, as soon as he dropped back right there where he was throwing that ball, his eyes did not leave his target, and the Pelham kids just jumped on it. And, we talked about maybe ending in a tie, but I don't know. If Pelham gets a big play here, who knows?
2:08 remaining, a man in motion, and now he tries to get to the outside, and it's going to be brought down. Still some extracurricular activities after the play, but they were able to thankfully not get too agitated with each other, and a gain of about 2 on that. And now with the clock running, Coach, this could be weird. Did we just watch 24 minutes of football to have it end scoreless?
Well, the first game was when I first got here, it was Sauhegan and Alver, and it was a track meet. Nobody was hitting the ground. It was just 29-28, and they didn't even finish the game. There was like 3 minutes left with the Lightning. And this thing has been, just like a scrum,
That's 90 seconds to go in this contest. Again, a 2nd and 9 for Pelham, and he's going to throw this one. Hardy finds a man, and it will be incomplete. And we got some flags here.
Pass interference for sure. That hit came in way too quick.
This could be an automatic 1st down if I know.
Yeah, it's 15 in the 1st. It's not a spot foul in high school.
And that's something that I got to get used to myself as the Jamboree is a great way for the teams, the coaches, the referees, and the commentators to get things squared away of the rules. And we appreciate you, Coach Bazoin, for being able to recognize things before we get them wrong. Clock is stopped with 1:18 to go, and the Chain Gang is on the move to the west, which means that Pelham will gain some crucial yards to get closer and closer. And now it'll be 1st and 10 from the 37-yard line. Not sure how their kicker might be if they want to try possibly a long field goal.
Who knows? They might have one.
Well, Hardy looking to try to be like Tom Brady. Pass is, oh my goodness, nearly picked off.
And that was the same thing that Sutherland did, look right at his target. And, you know, this
Lucas
kid did
Brown.
the same thing, you know, and Memorial was ready for that. You know, they can't be happy with this today. They probably expected to come in here and kind of not roll over Pelham, but, you know.
At the same time, Coach, you don't expect to be starting a game at 9 p.m.
That's true. You know, it's definitely true. You know, they had to have thrown them off.
Well, $1:13 remaining, and Pelham will try to see what they can do on 2nd and 10, as they might have a few more timeouts left if they want to use them, but either way, they're on the move, trying to get the lone points in this game. Hardy throwing it up there, able to make the catch, and he's down at the 5-yard line. A big play right there. Hardy finds his man, and now it will be 1st and goal, the first time we've said that in this contest. And wow.
Yeah, and that's what we said, you know, is they going to end a tie or are they going to get a big play? And that there was their big play right there. And let's see if Memorial can respond, and they're going to call a timeout on defense, yeah.
Yeah, well, you got to do that. And
yeah.
Look at the excitement here on the Python squad, as that was a giant catch right there. I believe that was none other than Noah Johnson made that. No, actually, it's Cameron Marvin, I believe it was. So,
24.
No, 24. Sorry, I was looking at the 24 as there. That is none other than Josh Todino. Nope, Luke Draper.
You got it.
There we go. So the way that they have this listed is so strange to me.
It's a tough. It's a tough roster. And FYI, you know, we're flying by. We're on our phones looking at some of the rosters tonight, and so it's difficult. But you know, again,
I think for head coach Jason Riley, this is a fun experience for him to be able to see what his team can do. And well, you know, Kevin Hardy, very patient. A lot of short passes, and to know that the long ball hit to perfection there to get them inside the 5. 61 seconds to go, and now for Memorial, you've got to see if your defense is up for the task as well. So, under center here, Hardy. 2 in the backfield, and he's going to be a handoff, and Memorial snuffed that out quickly and might have lost a yard, if anything. I think he may have gotten to the line of scrimmage. We're waiting to see where the official spots the ball. And unfortunately, we have a Python slow to get up, and they will stop the clock. And he has now got to come off, and you can see a little bit of a limp there. And
that's 27. That's their stud kid. Yeah.
So the clock now starts to run again. We're down to 45 seconds.
Pelham, I don't think they're going to run it in here. I think they're going to have to throw it or have some kind of a rollout, because I don't think they're going to run it up the middle against Memorial.
Well, here we go with a 30 seconds now. Feeling like they're confident that they know what to do. We'll see. Hardy takes the ball. He holds on to it, looks into getting some blockers, and Memorial able to stop him at about the 2-yard line, and whistles now as
timeout.
Pelham has called timeout. And now, with 14 seconds to go, a huge timeout for both teams to catch their breath and see what has worked in practice over the past 8 days, what they want to do. And for Pelham, I think that they're going to go back to Hardy, and who's trying to run that in.
Hardy did a nice job there. So that play's designed. He pitches it quick, and then he actually is the lead blocker. So he actually pitched it and then lead blocked, and he did a nice job. He had a nice block there, and he looks like a really good player as well. We've seen some good quarterback play here tonight, both throwing the ball and actually, you know, just running the offense. You know, been a couple teams. You know, the kid from Bishop Girton stands out to me, but this Hardy kid it looks really good too.
Yeah, I agree with you that Bishop Girton certainly looked pretty special in their game today, and well, we certainly are looking forward to seeing what Nathan Bowen is going to bring to
and he's got his younger brother that he connected with a couple times tonight.
Yeah,
So
Nathan and Jake Bowen
that's going to be exciting.
are on the map here, and now we'll see what Hardy can do with 14 seconds to go at the 1 yard line. Memorial trying to slow him down, stop him, do anything that they can, and it's going to be up the middle, and
push.
No sign yet from the officials. It looks like he did not get in. The clock stops at 6 seconds. A great attempt, but it seemed like Memorial saw that and expected that and had a lot of big boys in the middle.
Yeah, against a goal line offense, that's a tough play to pull off, but they did get forward momentum, and they did gain yardage there. So they're on, I think, it looks like the inch, right, 1 inch, right?
Yeah, I was going to say that is the nose of the ball just needs to get across that white line, and now Pelham will talk things over. I would assume possibly something along the same lines as
yeah, I mean, you're going to run your goal line plays. You only have so many goal line plays, and Memorial is going to stuff. I think they're going to stuff the middle so much that I really think Pelham could, with a little fake, they could easily walk in the end zone around the outside, because I think Memorial is going to sell out in the middle here.
Well, Memorial starts to make their way back to the goal line, and looking at you, Darius Rodriguez, big number 99, who is ready to stop the middle, as well as Pena Ramirez looks like he is ready to.
Also, it's 4th down, so.
Wild, I didn't even realize that.
So, not that Memorial's going to be able to do anything if they get the ball back, but it looks like, are they kicking a field goal here? Yeah, they're going to kick a field goal. I saw the kid swinging his leg over there. And once they get 11 out there, they're going to kick the field goal. It's an extra point here, or less than an extra point.
Less than an extra point,
right.
And now we'll see what they can do here. Pelham looking to get the win, and it looked like a false start.
It really doesn't matter because it's a half an inch. It's on an inch. I don't even think they can move the ball any further without it going on the line. So if you're Memorial, that doesn't really matter. If you're Pelham, actually, it doesn't matter much either, right? Because it would be a 5-yard penalty and be still almost an extra point. So, yeah.
So Brady Williams will be doing the holding, and the kicking will be, they have 2 number 7s on their team. I'm thinking it's Jacob Chafe who will be trying to kick this in, as the other number 7, Chase Brissett, is listed as athletic. So maybe it's Chase. Either way, we'll see. The kick is blocked. Oh, it's off the uprights. No good. And now with 0.7 on the clock. Unbelievable.
I would go home and question myself if I'm Pelham on that one. You're on the 1 inch line, right? You just drove down all the way down there. And you can't get 1 inch. It's like if you can't get the 1 inch on 4th down, then so be it. The game ends in a tie. You're trying to kick a field goal for what? To say that you won in the Jamboree 3-0? I don't know that I get anything out of that. You're trying to get something out of this. And I'm not criticizing anybody, but I'm just saying, by getting something out of it, I mean, you're 4th and goal. You could be 4th and goal in a 6-point game and need to get in. So at this point, Memorial can't take a knee either, by the way. No, I'm sorry. They miss the extra
20.
point.
I mean,
right. They get the ball at the 20, right? That's right.
So you can see Pelham is playing like the outfield here.
Yeah,
You got your center fielder way out here on the C. And now do you see a lot of – it seems –
I wouldn't do – personally, I wouldn't do much here, but
they're still talking about this, though. I agree with you. You might as well end it scoreless. You know that your offense has turned over the ball 3 times. All it takes is a fumble scooped up, and Pelham will run back for a 6 on the other way and win the game. So you got to trust that you're, what do you want to do here? Do you want to, be questioning your play calling with .1? This is the last play of the game. Either way.
This last 30 seconds took longer than the entire quarter.
For sure.
It's like, what are we doing here? And if you're Pelham, again, I don't question coaches because they know their teams, right? But, you're on the inch yard line. You just ran a quarterback sneak, and you've got a little bit of push up forward. Why wouldn't you go for it again? I don't understand why you would kick a field goal there. In a regular season game, yes, you want to win, so you would kick the field goal. If obviously they were unsuccessful doing it, but in a scrimmage like this, you just go for it. But whatever.
Well, the ball is dropped, and he's going to be tackled.
Yeah.
My goodness, you can't even run one last play and a sack to end it, and a scoreless 0-0 contest for Memorial and Pelham. A lot to work on here for Memorial, in my opinion, Coach. Obviously, this Pelham squad is still very good, but you turn over the ball 3 times, and it's not what you want to see there.
3 turnovers and two bad penalties. That doesn't help you, and when you're a ground game and you can't be getting penalties like that. So, they'll learn from it, and they get another week, and they're going to be playing a team from Rhode Island, right?
So
we'll see from there.
Central Providence will be coming up to play at Shabbat McDonough on Friday night. So unfortunately, we are not able to get to that game. There's 3 games going on in the city, and unfortunately, we're going to go celebrate the 1975 West Blue Knights championship team as they celebrate their 50th anniversary. Coach, this is a tough one. The Off the Mark Sports Player of the Game, in my opinion, I thought Hardy did a phenomenal job for Pelham. I will go for Memorial. I thought that Anel Pena Ramirez did a good job of clogging the middle.
It would have to be a defensive lineman because they didn't really do much on offense, and the defensive backfield was okay, but Pelham really wasn't throwing it that much. So I think Pena Ramirez or someone else in the middle there. Yeah.
Well, we will take a break for the Queen City Jamboree. Game number 6 coming up between Pembroke and Central. But for Executive Director Jason Cody, Operations Specialist Joe Lahr, Operations Assistant Brendan McCormick, for Coach Tom Bezoin, my name is Kyle Heavey. It's been a pleasure to be with you for game number 5. And a scoreless tie between Memorial and Pelham. Thank you all very much for watching. We'll see you again soon.